Late last year, the New York Times released a scathing opinion piece shining light on the very successful Pornhub, a website that garners 3.5 million visits a month. Its clientele consuming millions of pornographic images a day, which included sexual, child abuse, and rape of women and girls. Nicholas Kristof of the New York Times broke this story. Nicholas, what initially sparked your interest in writing and researching this piece?
Maggie, I'd written quite a bit about human trafficking, and I'd certainly heard things about Pornhub. And then last summer, I thought I would do a bit of research, and I went on the site and almost immediately found many videos of unconscious women who were being stripped naked and raped. And to prove that they were completely unresponsive, the rapists were touching their eyeballs. And you can't unsee those images. And the idea that a major internet company is monetizing those videos, I found just unconscionable.
Your article broke new ground in the form of Pornhub changing their content policies. Did you receive backlash for this article?
We're in a business where we dish it out and we, of course, get it back. And so, on the one hand, I heard from women and girls who'd had videos on Pornhub that they could not get off. And then now those videos are off. And one wrote to me that now I can breathe again. So that's wonderful to hear. On the other hand, I certainly heard from many people. I got death threats. I got all kinds of harassment, phone calls in the middle of the night. But look, we do what we can to try to highlight issues, and I've been very impressed, I must say, in the degree to which Canadians have responded and looked into this Canadian company that has been inflicting rape videos on the world.
Yeah, I think we all applaud you for that, for shining light on that. You called out Mastercard and Visa in your piece, stating that if PayPal could suspend payments, then why couldn't they? And we saw a subsequent response with that. What was your response when Mastercard and Visa followed suit?
I think that companies have a responsibility. They talk a good game about serving the public interest and serving not just shareholders, but also stakeholders. And when they help a company monetize videos of young girls being raped or of anybody engaged in non-consensual behavior, then, I think they need to rethink their strategy. So once they looked into it, they immediately found illegal videos. They didn't want to be a party to illegal behavior. The one thing I would say, though, is that Pornhub is just one company among many. And I think it's important not just to go after Pornhub, but also those like xvideos.com that have been just as irresponsible.
What was disheartening as I read your article is, as you alluded to, how fast and how easy it was to find these rape videos, to find these sexual child abuse videos. And yet I thought it was interesting because in your article, you stated that Pornhub has stated to you that they are unequivocally committed to combating sexual abuse material. Do you think that they're serious about this?
No, I don't. Look, if I can find this in a moment, then of course they could have found it. I found a video in which the title referred to a high school girl being led onto the roof of the high school and raped, and then that's what the video showed. A video of a middle school girl being raped by an adult, and so. Look, this is not my world. I don't know the kind of, the expressions people use. And yet, if I'm able to find this pretty quickly, then of course they could, if they were actually serious about it. But when your financial interest lies in making money of this kind of content, maybe you don't look for it so intently.
Pornhub's headquarters are based here in Canada, in Montreal. And I know that the answers are not simple, but what do you think Canadians need to be aware of? And you pointedly said, Nicholas, that this is bigger than Pornhub. Again, there are so many other websites doing the same thing who have not been committed to pulling their content off, or some of their content off websites. But what can Canadians do, especially when it comes to Pornhub and what we're seeing?
Well, as you suggest, Maggie, I mean, this has to be an international issue, because if just one global company goes after porn companies in its jurisdiction, then that gap will be filled by another company in another jurisdiction. So we need international efforts involving Canada, involving the US, involving Europe. And, we do that in all kinds of other areas. We do that involving drugs. We do that involving murders for hire, et cetera. And we do that involving intellectual property. And if we can do that about pirated videos, then surely we can do that about videos of 14-year-old girls being raped and put online. And so, if there's any forum where we need international economic cooperation, it seems to me that child sexual abuse imagery should be very high on that list.
All right. Nicholas Kristof of the New York Times, thank you again for your hard work on this story and uncovering this really deep evil in our world that we need to be aware of. Thank you again.
Thank you, Maggie. And thanks to all Canadians for, really showing, I think, a real sense of responsibility in the response to my reporting. It warms my heart.